on the third position, the third base for ONEwbc, and it looks like we have a small cluster of Marines moving out, a couple of units coming all the way back, and I just thought it was great control there by Opticalrh, and another command center is going down. It's turning into an orbital command, so we might be seeing a battle for that position coming up soon. Now, look at this. We have a Ghost Academy coming out, and ghosts are going to do so much damage against this. I mean,
And he
yes,
is
charge
very,
slots are
very
amazing.
effective with those ghosts, as we have seen before. He loves to use them, loves to use the nukes. They are very effective against mineral lines, and he's really good at that drop play. As you saw earlier in that exchange, he's got great medevac micro Opticalrh, and those were nice force fields from WBC, but they just weren't enough to kill as much as he probably wanted to get with those, thanks to that medevac micro.
Now, I can't give so much towards Opticalrh because ONEwbc, he's looking pretty devastating as well. We have 5 gateways, we have a Robo Facility, and 2 Forge. Also, with the Templar Archives going down. And, oh, we have a big group of units coming out towards the high yield. Opticalrh was trying to be greedy and taking that out, but it looks like he's not going to be able to take the high yield so easily. But oh, there's a drop in the main for
Wow.
W1 with DC. All these gateways unpowered, targeting down these pylons, doing amazing damage, stimming in. Just is he taking out the cybernetics core so that way no more stalkers can come out into play?
And it looks
Beautiful.
like he's effectively done that, and he's almost got him supply capped as well, and takes down those Templar Archives as well. That's going to be a huge blow to WBC if he wanted to get high Templars or some other tech, but he looks like Opticalrh lost a lot of those medevacs there, and then this is going to get swept up by WBC, but the damage is honestly done at this point. But WBC doing a pretty good job of dealing with that, actually. Maybe didn't get as much as he probably would have liked to. And that was a nice pylon placement back there in the smoke by WBC. That's always a smart play, so that if there is any sort of drop play, I think that's where those medevacs came from. So he had a little bit of a heads up from that, and that definitely helped him out there in dealing with it.
Now, it looks like Opticalrh is not going to be scared to take this gold high yield. Once Terran takes the high yield, it's pretty much over. ONEwbc is sitting at 1,200, 1,300 for his resources, and that's not a spot that you really want to be in at this point in the game.
But you do see WBC does have an observer here, and it has been following this orbital command around for a very long time, and this entire force. So he's going to know that this is going up, and he's going to have to do something about it. He got 84 over 72 in terms of harvester advantage, so he does have the income advantage at this point, but is going to get pretty hurt by this expansion from RH. And obviously there are a bunch of mules down. Nice job with those mules by the Terran player to make sure that this is really saturated very well and quickly, so that in case there is a push by WBC, he's going to be ready for it.
One thing that kind of shocks me is that he warped in 4 High Templar, but Psionic Storm is not on the way. Is he trying to use it for feedback or Archons? Yes, 2
yep.
Archons. And huge amount of Zealots coming in. Force fields capturing all of these Marines. So many Zealots just slicing their way through. These Marauders and Marines can't go anywhere. The medevacs are doing their best to heal it up, but they make it through, it seems. The Immortals are just being slaughtered, being brought down. Medevac drops on the top, and it looks like Opticalrh is just going to pound his way through this Protoss wall.
Absolutely, and you see he has dropped it there, as you mentioned, but serious mistake there. Here we go again, actually more charge lot. We see these Archons coming up. They have been taken down very quickly, and WBC is not in a position he wants to be in here. I think he made a very serious mistake in that last little exchange, not taking out those medevacs with his Stalkers. He doesn't have any anti-air right now. We do see these charge lots are in. It looks like these will clean these up, but tense moments there for WBC, and now we see these Stalkers coming in and dealing with these medevacs. But those force fields would have been way more effective if he had used his Stalkers more effectively against those medevacs. You see there are a couple of Marauders still up here, and those Zealots are going to chase them up, but it looks like these Stalkers are going to deal with this. We do see a Colossus now entering the battle from WBC as well to deal with those Marines.
But that's going to be the only Colossus for a while, because that is the only robotics facility that was out onto the field, I believe.
WBC is just now repairing that cybernetics core, and that's going to be a serious
problem. Marauders and Marines and medevacs going towards ONEwbc's high yield. He was trying to take the Nexus there, but it looks like it wasn't successful. Just a small task group of tier 1 units coming out, and they're just going to quickly retreat before Protoss really strikes back with this full arsenal. I really want to see some Vikings come into play for Opticalrh, because ONEwbc is looking like he wants to go Colossus. there were some High Templars there, so you never know. 5 Archons coming in, but with these ghosts that are out on the field and Blink Stalkers, very nice, very nice. And with these 3/3 upgrades about to come out for Optical RH, I just don't know. I just really don't know. It's
Well,
it's
I
gonna.
think I think WBC has made those Colossus because in that last exchange he did a great job with the force fields, but the extended thermal lance is going to give him a really nice advantage if he can get that same kind of force field micro that he had in the last exchange, and then the extended thermal lance is just going to wipe out those Marines. Whether or not that will actually happen for him is yet to be seen. We do see RH is now pushing in here, and here we go again. You see that extended thermal lance doing a good job. Charge lots getting in front of him, getting a lot of those Marines down. We do see these medevacs once again allowed to stay alive for a very long time, but it's not going to matter this time. Great job by that Colossus getting 7, 8 kills. Those charge locks acting as a nice tanking unit so that none of those Marines could get range on that Colossus. And it was a nice play by WBC. Nice micro there.
I'm calling map hacks on that one. That was awesome star sense. That was amazing star sense from one WBC. He moved at the exact right position at
We
the
see
exact right
charge
time.
lots are in on this high yield from RH now, and he is making a move on it. Looks like he's pushing away this force of RH, and RH is retreating all the way back to his natural, and it looks like WBC is content to just take out this high yield right now and try and get himself back in the game from an income standpoint. We do notice that there was a third that went up from RH during those exchanges that we're looking at down towards WBC's base, so this isn't actually going to hurt him as much as it would have a couple of minutes ago, but it's still not a position you want to be in losing the high yield.
No, definitely not a position you want to be in at all. This huge amount of Protoss forces is going to easily take down this planetary fortress. Units, army way out of position, can't even come. Zealots completely surrounding the planetary fortress, so SCVs can't even repair. And wow, that was really fast. I don't even believe that. I think that Optical RH is dead in the water right now, but
You never know. You never know. You do see it's not over yet, but here he is. This is probably going to be the final push if he can win this. All of these SCVs are out in front, blocking off. We do see this is actually working out decently for him, taking out a lot of Archons here, but that Colossus has 19 kills right now, and it's really is the difference maker right now. It's destroying a lot, but it's enough, looks like, from RH to beat this back, and there are only a couple of Stalkers and that Colossus left. I'm not sure if RH wants to be pushing out too much right now, but you do see him, a very bold play, going right back for that high yield, and he's really out of options here. He's got to do it. We do see Psychonic Storm now coming up from the Protoss player, and there was a Dark Templar facility.
Marines and Marauders pushing in towards 1WBC's high yield, taking out these cannons so fast. There are so many probes running for their dear mechanical lives, and you know, honestly, this push might do a huge amount of damage. I know that
there are a couple of Stalkers getting picked off here too. WC trying to get them back in the base. You do see Dark Templars are now on the field, and unless nice sweep by RH, though, going to see those immediately. Going to take those out, but this Colossus is still alive. It's got 26 kills, 27 kills, and I'm not sure if I've seen a Colossus this many kills before. Now you see the Vikings are in here. Those Vikings that you called for earlier are now actually on the map from RH. So taking your advice there, Chocobo, getting them on the field. We do see some High Templars coming down in the base. See this Dark Shrine getting killed. There's another Colossus up. Looks like it's going to get microed down pretty quickly by these Vikings. And watch out for these storms, ladies and gentlemen, because they, well, actually, not even going to need them. It's a nice cleanup job by WBC, and this game has been back and forth all over the place today.
that was very, very interesting. For right now, it looks like Optical RH is going to just live off of his mules, but it's not going to really work that well with these Dark Templars on the field and forcing Optical RH to use the scans. Otherwise, he's going to die. I mean, come on. And look at this. Keeping that one Dark Templar back and waiting for the scan to be finished and then going back in there. That's just beautiful play. And it looks like it's just a little too late to really do that Marauder concussive shell micro. I really wanted to see that.
Storm right there as well. And
Huge
look at these
storm.
Vikings absolutely getting railed on this right side. Another nice storm, getting a lot of Marauders there. And this Dark Templar, as you mentioned before, is now allowed free range. You just now see a sweep coming up from it. But there are 4 Stalkers here. 4 Stalkers versus, it looks like, 3 Marauders and an Archon coming up as well. Looks like WBC has won this. And as his prize, it looks like he's probably going to take this high yield down as well.
Yeah, high yield is going down for 1WBC, and Optical RH calls GG.
And what a game it was. That was one of the best back and forth games I think we've seen on this channel so far. 2 fantastic players just having at it right there.
And I want to go back to that one battle that when Optical RH was moving down towards the third of 1WBC. the medevacs were completely out of position. It didn't seem as though he microed his units at all. A couple of force fields went down, and it was just the zealots just ripped right